Welcome back to Adri's Farmhouse Kitchen, friends. Happy Wednesday. Today we are covering few bits and bobs. Like, I have got now so much bread to deal with. So we are going to make some breadcrumbs of the bread what wasn't perfect. So I usually use those up to make breadcrumbs. So as I've showed you, I just slice it up first, dry it on my occa, and next step it's today when we're actually going to blitz it to more of a finer texture or texture of your liking, how you would like to fry or use it up in your future cooking. I am going to blend it up and put it away in a fridge. The good bread, I've still got one whole loaf in our fridge. It's only two of us, so we don't need this much bread, otherwise I'm just gonna waste it. So we're going to slice this up and we're going to put it in a freezer. I am thinking about a holiday now. Very soon we're going on a holiday to the Caribbean. We're going first class with British Airways from Heathrow to Miami. I would like to bring you along. I'm probably going to vlog the whole holiday, so if you're interested or if you holidays, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on our holiday vlogs. But the reason I mentioned the holiday, that I'm thinking, you know, when we come back and we're not going to the supermarket, we're not going to the grocery store, we're not gonna stop at the garage to grab sandwiches or anything like that. I'm going to have like my little survival bag in my freezer, what I'm going to ask my house sitter to take out a day before we do back, and this is going to be our food for the first couple of days when we're gonna deal with the jet lag and I'm not feeling like cooking or back into making bread, and sourdough starter will be in a fridge, so we'll need a few days anyway to be active again. So in those occasions, freezing bread, it's a very good idea. So, but I'm probably gonna do a vlog about that as well if you're interested. Today we are going to cook. So we're going to make a steak and roasted occa along with our purple potato, what I'm going to roast, and I'm also going to make a butternut squash puree what needs to be used up. I'm going to use the garlic and herbs what needs to be used up from the fridge, and I've also got garlic needs using up, so we're gonna make a delicious dinner. Also, I'm going to show you some of our seedlings on our app. So I've just started this morning our grow light system, so if you're interested, I'm gonna talk about it maybe a few minutes. Also, I'm gonna talk about from tomorrow we're going to start sow seeds for that week, the third week of January. So we're gonna do lettuces, celery, we're gonna do aubergine. What else are we going to do? Kale. So if you're interested, you are welcome. Right, one more thing I would like to just quickly show you what I do, but I'm probably gonna make a whole vlog how to plan a whole year's worth of food in a garden. So I'm still waiting for my teacher's board, the big whiteboard. I'm calling it teacher's board because my little goddaughter, when it made the list for Santa, you put that on top of her list, it was she really wanted a teacher's board. So I thought that was so cute. So I'm calling it a teacher's board from now on. But yeah, I've ordered a massive teacher's board so I can draw out with my enormous ruler all 25 of my raised bed and fill it up with all the food we are going to grow this year. But I'm waiting for it now for weeks and weeks, and you know, sometimes I usually buy everything from Amazon, and honestly I don't want to complain because the 99% of the time I am very lucky. And everything I order, it's come in one piece, and it's always usually on time, and it's not been delivered to somewhere else or next door neighbors. So I am really, really lucky. But the 1% that 1% happened to my teacher's board. So for some reason, they sent it back to the seller. I've ordered another one. So I don't know what's going to happen now. Probably what's happened with She Grows Veg Seeds. I've had no good signal. So they said if I don't proceed within 3 days, they're going to cancel my order. So I waited 3 days, nothing happened. I thought the order was cancelled. I've ordered more seeds and double it arrived. Obviously, I had to pay for both. So, well, it's going to be an interesting vlog today. So, let's go watch it, friends. Let's start making the sourdough breadcrumbs. So what I do, I've got this tray with the dried crumbs in it. And I'm just going to put this to this little blender and blend it bit by bit until the consistency we like. What is roughly like something like this. And I'm going to then put the one what we've done to this massive mason jar, and we can put this back to our fridge. I've got a feeling that we might fill this up today, friends. But that's what the end product I would like to look. So, and I've got another jar in a fridge. So having 2 jars like this, it's perfect for me on one of those days when I would like to use some of breadcrumbs up in any of my cooking, especially with frying. Right. So I've got a time now, and before my teacher's board arrives, I'm going to mention this probably the rest of the year, you will see that 2 is going to arrive, and I'm going to have to pay £200. Oh dear God. So 25 raised beds I have. I became a raised bed gardener since we moved to this property. This is my 2nd growing year, and I have got 9 raised beds in a polytunnel and the rest outside the tunnel. So that's what I try to imitate in here. So I'm gonna go with 9 raised beds in a tunnel, and then the rest, half the one side, half the other side. What I'm going to do, probably I'm gonna try to remember, I might go out and see what's in every 25 of that raised bed at the moment, because some's got perennial stuff, some's got flowers, strawberries and stuff. So that's probably now dedicated to that particular fruit or vegetable. And then I might do another one with this year's plan. So I'm just gonna go for it. So let's say roughly we need 2. I bought this that small ruler from Amazon as well for these kind of projects, and a big one for the teacher's board. So we've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I like doing things like that a lot. Okay, we are in the conservatory now. My next job is to plan and decide in which little container I'm going to sow the January week 3 seeds. So I have got the lettuces. Let me show you. So I have beautifully prepared everything. Our lovely lady got me these beautiful flowers, but actually needs put some water in it. I'm going to do that right now. That really needed watering. I mean, put extra water in it. So what we have got in here, we've got the kale we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to do this tomorrow. I just want to show you today. So that was kale, the dinosaur kale. I'm going to do 2 different varieties of celery, the Utah, this one, and the blush. We've got a lovely pink stem. And we're going to do the black beauty, aubergine, eggplant. Also, we're going to do spinach and these 4 varieties of lettuces: Bronze Beauty, Copacabana, Baby Leaf, Sue, and the Outrageous. And that's it. And I have also decided which little containers they're gonna go in. Some of those little containers what I prepared, and some of them are just gonna go in one of these ones, and they're gonna go here on a windowsill, in a heated propagator. So most of week 2 seeds are germinated. So, and I've already turned on this morning this grow light system. So as you can see, let me bring it closer to you. So these all are the allium family. So I've got shallot, leek, and spring onion, and they all look the same. That's why it's so important to label them, friends. Honestly, very, very important, so you know what you're dealing with. Because all these babies are gonna grow soon, and when we're gonna put them on, we really wanna know what are they, and we really wanna know what goes where when we're going to plant it. And our peas, the sugar snap pea, sugar lace, look how beautiful it is now. So they are all now under my grow light. I've turned it on to show you, but at the moment I'm gonna turn it off in a minute because it's enough daylight now to basically, you know, what they require, that's enough. And I'm gonna extend it probably till probably bedtime, and then I turn it off. And then in the morning they've got the natural light again, and I might keep changing it, you know what I mean? So, but that's my system for now. But I turned this off because they don't need it at the moment. But all these are now germinated. There is actually a few more who's thinking about it, but yeah, so exciting. Welcome to the office. I have got beautifully displayed all the seeds that we're going to grow this year. So all the seeds are now here, and I'm making a plan now, and then when a teacher's board arrives, we're going to put everything in place. So yeah, let's see what's happened. I never stick to my plan, that always changes, but I really need to know what goes where and stuff, so I know, because this is absolutely massive project. I've got the phone in my hand because we're going next month, we're going on a holiday to the Caribbean, as I've mentioned, and we're going to visit 5 Caribbean islands on a 10-day cruise, what we're going on. So we're going to spend 4 days on sea, and then we're going to spend 5 days on land, and the rest are the, you know, the travel. So we're also going to spend 1 night in London before our flight, because it's a morning flight, and we're going to, that was my cuckoo clock, and we're going to spend 1 night in Miami before we board the Oceania, beautiful Oceania cruise ship. What actually I'm so excited about, it's our 7th cruise ship, but we've never sailed with Oceania, so I don't know what to expect. We are going, we booked one of the lower class suite, but I also requested the best. I've not heard nothing back. Usually when you do this bidding, you only hear just probably before the holidays, so it might be an absolutely massive change. If we're gonna stay at the veranda suite, I'll be more than happy, you know, absolutely fine. But if we get the best suite, can you imagine, friends? I cannot wait to bring you along on that journey. But some of these islands we've been to, so St. Thomas, we've been to St. Thomas. I remember I loved it. We've done the Caribbean 2-3 times, and I remember this island was one of my favorite. Dominica, we've also done Dominica as well, and St. Kitts. So we've done 3 of these 5. Other 2, St. Lucia and Puerto Rico, we've not done, so that's gonna be new. And I have planned on every single day on those days when we're on land an absolutely amazing excursion. So make sure you subscribe if you would like to see all the beauty of the Caribbean, friends. Okay, I am ready now to slice this bread, what we're going to put to the freezer. So I'm just going to slice it how I would like to eat it. So I like these really toasted. So we're going to toast these probably, and that's the way we're gonna eat it. And I'm just gonna put this little cut parchment paper in between, so it's easier to separate after it's out of the freezer. And I just literally put it in like this little zippy bag, and that's how I'm going to put it to the freezer. So I've labeled this one as well, January 26th, sourdough bread. and place this in nice and flat to this zippy bag, and just find space in a freezer, and job is done. So maybe we can put some more in here. I think we can put 2 rows. Look, we don't even need the 3rd bag, what I've actually labeled. But yeah, I think we can squeeze this one here, like that. Perfect. Next job is done. I am ticking out everything on my list for today, friends. I'm gonna give this to my chickens at the end. Just gonna tidy up and let's make dinner. Okay, it's nearly 5 o'clock, so I'm ready to make the steak and chips dinner. I have got this purple Vitanoa Beam first early potatoes from last year's garden. So I'm gonna roast these. We've got a few shallots in here as well to deal with. We've got the occa. I'm just gonna scrub it a bit, and the occa and the potato will go to the active fry for 25 minutes. So that's gonna be like a chips kind of, instead of the chips kind of side dish with the steak. So I got the sirloin steak. I'm only gonna put some smoked salt, some little bit of pepper and some olive oil, and I'm just gonna marinate the meat in this a little bit, and that's all I'm gonna do. And I'm just going to fry this in a frying pan where we fried the fried cheese a couple of days ago with some cheesy bits in it. That'll be perfect. I'm also gonna get some roasting tray out, baking tray, and I'm gonna roast this squash, and we're going to mash it with this creamy garlic cheese, and that's gonna be beautiful. So that's gonna be the squash puree, roasted occa, roasted potatoes, and a steak. And I'm going to serve tonight's dinner with my homemade mayonnaise, friends. So this is the occa and the potato now peeled and scrubbed. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna halve the occa and slice the potatoes. I'm just gonna separate the shallots for now. And this will go to the active fry with a little bit of olive oil and salt. And that's it. Steak is now marinated. I can just fry that halfway through. When this is done, and we're going to check on that squash in the oven, and I'm just going to blitz that with this garlic cream cheese. That's gonna be yummy. I am gonna add the shallots here, I've decided. Just like that. season it. Some salt, olive oil. Get a good mix, and that can go to the active fry for 20-25 minutes. Okay, I've just took this squash, the winter squash, out of the oven. So I'm just going to put this in this bowl with the garlic cream cheese. And we're going to blitz that together with an immersion blender. And I've already put the frying pan on. We can start frying the steak, because we only got about 15 minutes left from the chips. So timing is the key. This is a new dish, I've not made this before. Okay, I am ready to serve tonight's dinner. So the occa and the roast potatoes are now on a plate. And I've added an extra little bit of pink Himalayan salt to the cream cheese squash puree. And I'm going to add this on a plate now. I've got the mayonnaise there ready. And the steak, it's nearly done. And we're gonna eat. I'm gonna add the mayonnaise here on the side. We like our steak medium to well done. And it is ready. Let's have a taste test, friends. Steak is good. Puree is amazing. Roasted occa potato. And the mayonnaise. Fantastic. Alan is gonna love this. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today. Loads of things going on, but we managed to do everything. So tomorrow we're going to sow the seeds I've just showed you. I'm gonna do more in-depth vlog about the holiday, what needs to be done, where we go and talk more about the islands and maybe the excursions and the ship. And yeah, just carry on doing the pantry challenge. I'll hope you all have a wonderful day and see you very soon. Bye, friends.